On today's episode of Days of Our Lives, Kate and Roman reunite. Dimitri pulls another prank, Alex panics, and Sean battles his guilt. Alex mopes about Maggie letting him go since he ruined the arrangement with Yuri at the bistro. She wasn't so much upset with him as she was disappointed. One of the things he's attempting to improve is how Maggie perceives him. He can't bear to let her down. Stephanie notes that when Yuri raised doubts, he was attempting to rescue the situation. She takes her phone and leaves to perform her magic on Maggie. Kayla and Belle talk about how absurd it was for Seth Burns to fire her while she was being held captive in the pub. Belle worries about Sean's guilt after shooting Beau as they talk about Greece. Roman and Hope are there for him, Kayla reassures her. Sean is found cursing and tossing things in the Greek hospital waiting area by Roman. He informs Roman that he is to blame and that Victor was correct. Roman loses his cool when Victor accuses him, but Sean insists Victor is telling the truth. Roman is aware that Sean took his decision to defend a loved one. Beau would have acted in such manner. Sean visits his father. Steve is being threatened by a bald criminal in the fishing deck of the boat. In the hallways, Harris is being held down by another bald ass. Harris defeats his goon by outmuscling him. In the meantime, Steve tells his goon of the consequences he will face if he is discovered by the ISA. The criminal will take a gamble and adjust the aim of his gun. Steve recoils. Chad charges Dimitri's cabin brandishing his weapon. Dimitri takes Kate and restrains her with his revolver. Chad puts down his firearm after the men trade insults in an effort to diffuse the tension. Dimitri grips his gun more firmly and prepares to fire. When they hear a gunshot, Chad tells them that he arrived with ISA operatives. Because Dimitri has been anticipating them, his troops are under orders to fire and kill. Steve's goon is killed in the room where the fish is chopped. Harris is standing behind him, holding his revolver. Harris gets yelled at by Steve for firing the shot that made everyone on board aware of their presence. According to Harris, he just saved his behind. He thanks Steve and they leave. Alex sees Stephanie slouch back. Maggie suggested that they look for a new PR agency because she was unable to control Alex. She apologizes, but she doesn't believe Maggie will reinstate him in his position. Alex advises them to get wasted. Steve and Harris broke into Dimitri's cabin after passing the body of the bad guy Harris beat up. As she sprints to Chad, Kate kicks Dimitri. Dimitri is subdued by Steve and Harris, who then tie him to a chair. While the others travel to the mainland, Harris says he'll wait for the Coast Guard with Dimitri. "I'm going after the bistro." Alex bemoans how terrible it makes him feel to have screwed up everything for everyone. It was easier when he was narcissistic and self-centered, but after he met her, everything was different. He genuinely believed he had a chance to impress her, but he botched it. Same to how he blows everything. He did nothing more than lose his job, she responds, like countless members of his family before him. But it's a major issue that he's going to treatment to change. He must not give up after a single setback. She much prefers this iteration of him over the previous one. Kate explains to Chad and Steve on the boat's deck that she can't go without her ring, taken by one of Dimitri's thugs. Steve is aware of his whereabouts. He directs them to the spot where Harris's assailant was, but he has vanished. The thug steps out of a doorway brandishing a weapon. Belle confesses her sense of helplessness in the pub. Sean only needs time to heal, in Kayla's opinion. Sean will talk to her once he has gained perspective. Bella is urged by her to phone Sean. He will be aware that she is thinking about him even if he doesn't reply. Steve enters the hospital waiting area with his arm in a sling after being shot. Following, Kate sprints into Roman's arms. Kate rests onto Roman's shoulder on the couch after speaking with Austin on the phone. Kate confesses to Roman that she was afraid of losing him. She won't ever have to worry about that again, he promises her, since he won't let her out of his sight. Alex answers the phone for Chad as Stephanie enters the restaurant's restroom. They were at a client meeting, according to Alex. Just so she wouldn't miss his call, he picked up. Stephanie is back. She gets thanked by Alex before he departs. Chad informs Stephanie that Kate is still alive and that Steve was shot, but is okay. Chad is also boarding the first flight out of Salem. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.